Manchester United offered shock João Felix transfer chance in surprise swap deal. João Felix, who has been linked with a move to Man United before, has been included in a player exchange move by Atletico Madrid, according to reports. Manchester United have reportedly been offered João Felix by Atletico Madrid as part of their bid to sign Mason Greenwood in the summer transfer window. Greenwood, who spent the 2023-24 season on loan with Getafe, is expected to leave United this summer and has attention from clubs across Europe. Borussia Dortmund, Juventus and Napoli have all shown interest, but Atletico Madrid have reportedly kick-started their pursuit. According to Spanish news outlet TDF, Colchoneros have offered forward Felix as part of a swap deal to bring Greenwood to the Metropolitano Stadium. Felix has spent the last 18 months away from Atletico and is expected to be sold this summer. He scored 10 times for Barcelona last season, and agent Jorge Mendes is understood to be pushing hard for another season-long loan for the forward. Mendes reportedly touched base with United last summer over the possibility of signing Felix. However, the Portugal international secured a loan move to league rivals Barcelona. The report claims that Andrea Berta, Atletico's sporting director, is working on a player exchange to sign Greenwood, with Felix identified as the player to bolster their hopes. Fellow forwards Alvaro Morata and Angel Correa are also on the transfer list in Diego Simeone's overhaul. Felix can play anywhere across the forward line and showed glimpses of promise during his short spell with Chelsea. However, since his blockbuster move from Benfica in 2021, he has struggled to live up to the expectation. With Anthony Martial confirming his departure this summer, a new forward has been earmarked as an area to improve for United. Rasmus Højlund is the first choice, but the options away from the Denmark international have been minimal. Manchester United sign Mbappé, £60 million Bernardo Silva City deal, summer transfers predicted by AI. Premier League clubs are set for a busy summer transfer window after an extremely quiet January, and it appears Man United and Manchester City will be heavily involved. Artificial intelligence, AI, has incredibly predicted that Manchester United will pull off the coup of the summer by signing free agent Kylian Mbappé in the upcoming transfer window. PSG's star forward announced he would be exiting the club at the end of his contract after failing to win the Champions League in France. All signs have pointed towards Real Madrid signing the free agent, but according to betting sites AI Simulation, the Reds are set to bring the World Cup winner to the Premier League. If, and it is a big if, United did move for Mbappé, it would be due to a huge change of heart from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who has previously said he would rather buy the next Mbappé rather than spend a fortune on the real thing. As for Manchester City, their biggest transfer business would revolve around Bernardo Silva. The AI tool predicts Barcelona will stump up nearly £60 million to bring the talented Portuguese to Catalonia, where he would link up with his former captain. He is not the only City player thought to be on the move though. Should AI get its way, Kyle Walker would also be leaving to return to Tottenham Hotspur for a fee in the region of £15 million. The former Spurs man recently explained that he had no imminent plans to depart City or retire from football. All eyes will be on Anthony Martial this summer, having departed Old Trafford on Tuesday following the expiry of his contract. A return to Sevilla is predicted for him. As for other notable deals in the Premier League, having missed out on Mbappé, Real Madrid opted to move for Liverpool's Mohamed Salah for a whopping £110 million. Newcastle United won the race for Ivan Toney, splashing out £85 million, while the Merseyside club spent £55 million of the Salah money on Barcelona's Rafinha. Lee Astley, head of news at betting sites, commented on the AI predicted Premier League summer transfers, saying, "If AI has got it right and some of these predicted transfers actually happen, we are in for an absolutely mental summer transfer window." A transfer window that potentially sees the likes of Kylian Mbappé snub Real Madrid in favor of a move to Old Trafford and Ivan Toney move to Newcastle is sure to be a big one. Not to mention the likes of Mohamed Salah, Bernardo Silva, Miguel Almiron, Heung-min Son, and Emile Smith-Rowe all leaving the Premier League in favor of moves across Europe. Strap in for what could be a truly manic summer transfer window in the Premier League if any of these moves actually come to fruition. Manchester United learn Jarrad Branthwaite transfer fee as clear Everton demand set. Everton defender Jarrad Branthwaite has been linked with a summer move to Manchester United as Ineos look to build a squad capable of getting back into the Champions League. Manchester United have been linked with a move for Everton defender Jarrad Branthwaite this summer. United are in need of defensive reinforcements with Raphael Varane leaving and Johnny Evans currently on a short-term deal. Branthwaite is one centre-back who has been linked with a transfer to Old Trafford as Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos look to rebuild United's squad. And our colleagues at the Daily Star claim Everton will demand around £80 million for the England international who has 3 years left on his current contract. United however are said to value the centre-back at closer to £60 million with Sir Jim Ratcliffe not prepared to pay over the odds. The England international has great potential, but United have been here before with signing expensive English centre-backs. Harry Maguire joined in 2019 from Leicester City for £80 million, but his time in Manchester has been mixed. Many will say that Branthwaite is a better defender, but Maguire's stock was high when he left the Foxes 5 years ago. There is always a risk that the Toffees star could go the same way. With PSR concerns to deal with like most Premier League clubs, United must be wary of paying over the odds for Branthwaite, having been stung so many times in the past for doing exactly that. However, if they can get a reasonable fee, then the 21-year-old could build a solid partnership with Lisandro Martinez at centre-back. Keeping the Argentine fit will be a challenge, but there could be something there to build on for Erik ten Hag or whoever succeeds him at Old Trafford. When quizzed on speculation over his future, the Cumbria-born stopper said in April, "You have just got to block it all out. I think if you focus on the outside stuff, you get distracted from what you need to do on the pitch. For me now, until the end of the season, I am just focused on winning games for Everton." Borussia Dortmund chief gives update on links to Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood's loan with Getafe has ended and Man United have a fresh decision to make on his future this summer. Borussia Dortmund sporting director refused to engage with a question about his club's interest in signing Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood. Greenwood spent the past season on loan with Getafe after United decided it would be most appropriate for him to continue his career away from Old Trafford. After a spell away from the pitch, Greenwood gradually got back up to speed in Spain and contributed 10 goals and 6 assists in 36 appearances in all competitions. That loan period has now ended and the 22-year-old will have the opportunity for a break before United make their decision on his next move. Getafe have expressed an interest in signing Greenwood again, but reports in Germany have suggested Dortmund would also be open to signing him on a temporary deal. Speaking at the Champions League final media day, Dortmund sporting director Sebastian Kehl was asked about Greenwood and said all transfer plans were on hold. "I don't want to talk about any rumors now at the moment because it makes no sense. Let's play that final on Saturday," Kehl said. "Of course we do have our plans for the next season and of course we discuss many scenarios, but nothing for today. Let's focus, let's anticipate that match on Saturday and then we'll see how we move on." When asked if Greenwood is a player that Dortmund are monitoring, Kehl said, "I don't want to talk about that now." Greenwood's contract at Old Trafford expires in the summer of 2025 and United have the option of extending his deal by another season, which could be triggered. Although a permanent sale of Greenwood would be the preferred option this summer, his contract extension could be exercised to protect his resale value. He could therefore be loaned out again. In February, Sir Jim Ratcliffe spoke about Greenwood when speaking to journalists in London, and the United co-owner appeared to leave the door open for his return. When specifically asked if he was not closing the door on a return for Greenwood, Ratcliffe replied, "Well, he's a Manchester United footballer, we're in charge of football, so the answer is yeah, we have to make a decision, it's quite clear. There is no decision that's been made. He's on loan, obviously. We've got 1 or 2 footballers we have to deal with that are on our books and we need to make a decision, we'll do that. But the process will be understand the facts, not the hype, and then try and come to a fair decision on the basis of advice, which basically is he a good guy or not? Could he play sincerely for Manchester United well and we'd be comfortable with it and the fans would be comfortable with it?" Manchester United step up interest in £51 million playmaker with July 15th deadline set. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip with updates on interest in RB Leipzig star Dani Olmo and the future of United midfielder Casemiro. Manchester United summer transfer window looks set to be busy if there is any truth to the latest rumours. Erik ten Hag's side managed to secure qualification for the Europa League after beating Manchester City in the FA Cup final. United finished 8th in the Premier League table, which has led to speculation surrounding ten Hag's future at Old Trafford. Despite the uncertainty around the manager's future, United are continuing to be linked with several potential new signings this summer. As well as possible new additions, there is also speculation surrounding players who are already part of the Red squad. According to Spanish news outlet Mundo Deportivo, United are showing an interest in signing RB Leipzig star Dani Olmo. The Spain international is reported to have a £51 million release clause in his contract, which can only be activated before July 15 this year. The report states that United are one of several clubs to consider a move to sign Olmo this summer. The Red Devils are joined by Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool and City in being interested in signing Olmo, with suggestions that all of those clubs have already moved to sign the 26-year-old. Elsewhere, Casemiro is being linked with a move away from Old Trafford. According to Goal Brazil, clubs from Saudi Arabia have expressed an interest in signing the United midfielder. The report states that Al Nassr, Al Qasidia, and Al Ahly are the three clubs that are considering a move for Casemiro. It has been claimed that the financial aspects of the deal, including the Brazilian's wages and transfer fee for United, would not be an issue for the Saudi Pro League trio. Men Sport understands that all but 4 United players have been placed on the transfer list for this summer. Rasmus Højlund, Kobbie Mainoo, Andre Onana, and Alejandro Garnacho are understood to be the only players who are not on the list of players available to leave Old Trafford during the upcoming transfer window. Jude Bellingham reveals Manchester United loanee Jadon Sancho conversation ahead of Champions League reunion. Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham is preparing to face Jadon Sancho's Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final at Wembley Stadium on Saturday. Real Madrid star Jude Bellingham has revealed Manchester United loanee Jadon Sancho has contacted him ahead of the Champions League final on Saturday night. Los Blancos will face Bundesliga giants Borussia Dortmund at Wembley Stadium in the Showpiece European final this weekend. The game will be Sancho's last for Dortmund before his loan spell comes to an end. The United winger joined the German club in January after being exiled from the first team by Erik ten Hag. The player and manager had a public fallout in September when Ten Hag claimed Sancho had been left out of the squad for his training ground performances. Sancho took issue with this and claimed he had been made a scapegoat by his manager. While the social media post has since been deleted, it is understood the 24-year-old refused to apologize for his comments. Ahead of the biggest game in European football, Bellingham has revealed that he had a brief conversation with his former Dortmund teammate Sancho ahead of the final. He told Haters TV, "Not been speaking with any of them, Dortmund players, this week. When we first went through, I got a little message from Jadon. So I spoke with Sancho. Just saying, I'll see you there, and all those kinds of things. Jadon's always been someone who's taken me under his wing when I first arrived at Dortmund. He's a really good guy. He's helped me a lot." Bellingham has connections with United as well after the Reds put on a charm offensive when he was leaving Birmingham City. The midfielder viewed the Carrington training complex and met the likes of Brian Robson and Eric Cantona. However, he chose to join Dortmund, where he blossomed into the player he is today.